Recording in progress.
Coach, what was the communication like in that final stretch of defense? I mean, 18-1 run is nuts.
Yeah, it was impressive, right? I'm not sure what happened. I thought we had played a pretty good game the first half was ugly. Way too many turnovers. It looked like a team that was on the road and fatigued, except we were home. But it was the third quarter. I thought we played well. Start of the fourth, I think it was 70-70, and we had two poor possessions. Lexi fouled the jump shooter, and then we messed up a coverage and gave up a three, and it was 76-70, and then I think they got up 8, and yeah, it was a hell of a performance by Lexi. I mean, that three she hit in front of our bench was kind of changed the game, and so we've been resilient. We've continued to fight. It's been different people every night. Just really happy for our group because I didn't think that we looked tired. We looked tired. We got one more to go before a couple days of rest. So we got to keep battling, and that's what they did, and they've done it all year.
Hey, Coach, talk to me about the contributions of Mujanatu Musa tonight. She had 6 of the 35 bench points for the Mercury, and how she has contributed, even though she is still adjusting to the professional side.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of Musa. I saw her in the Olympics when we were over there. The first game that I was at, it was Nigeria, Australia, and I just loved her energy. You know, she's a little bit undersized, but she plays bigger than she is, and I think in this game you're seeing more space, and she just does a really good job of getting in and out of pick and roll. You know, it's a good reminder. I was watching film with Lex and one of our assistants the other day and talking about going in the paint and finishing. And, you know, some of these players are coming from overseas, second division, France, Hungary. You know, Lex was talking about going to the rim and how everybody's bigger here in this league and everyone's faster. And I think Musa is feeling some of that with some of the shots that she's been missing. Tonight was the first time she kind of looked comfortable and like herself. So I'm really happy for her. Just to, you know, when you come over here and this is first time in America, she'd missed all the training camp. She's been here, I don't know how long, but probably only practiced once. Yeah, I'm just really happy for her that she stepped up and made an impact today, because I think you're always going to feel her energy.
Coach, I want to pivot back to Lexi for a second. I mean, these were tough shots she was hitting off the dribble, step backs. From training camp to now, just how would you assess her confidence grow as a scorer?
10. There's not a lot of doubt. I've been pretty pleased with her playing the point here the last couple of games. Overseas and the stuff that she's done over there, I think she's probably been more of a combo. On the ball, off the ball, but she handled it a ton tonight, which was great with some of the injuries that we've had. And you know, if she can do that when some of our others come back, just having that shot creation, confidence, and you know, she's little but she's fierce. I mean, we're talking about her offense, but she guards too, which is awesome.
Coach, it felt like in the late third quarter and going into the fourth, you all kind of switched up the defense and literally started switching more and mixing in unders.
Yeah.
How did you feel about the execution from that, and was that an adjustment that you feel was like effective for you all?
Yeah, you're right. We did go to more 15 tonight, where we switched a lot more pick and roll. I think in our coaches' minds, it is going to make them play more one-on-one. And part of our strength has been our guards competing on the ball and fighting and getting through. And so it was a change for them. It was a little bit, because usually when you switch a pick and roll, you know, the defender guarding the screen kind of reroutes, and instead of chasing over, the guard's responsibility is to get under. And so our guards have just fought, overs all year. And I thought it took a minute. There was a couple times where we didn't trust the switch. We weren't up in the switch. And so, yeah, I thought we did a decent job. We got some good film of it. They went small. We kind of went small. But, you know, they do a really good job with their spacing and creating shots and threes. You know, this team got 43 threes up against us at the last game at the preseason, and we didn't want to give that up tonight. They're averaging 33 a night, only got up 29. So I would say we did a pretty good job, and the reason for that was because of some of our switching instead of being in coverage.
You Satu had 4 at halftime and not a whole lot of shots. What we talked about maybe about getting her to be more aggressive, and how do you think that manifested itself in that latter, after we're 77, that last stretch of the game?
Well, I think she just got fed up with not playing very well. I've really been impressed when the games haven't been going her way. She kind of still always figures it out at the end. Things didn't go her way early. We didn't find her getting shots. I think she can still roll more when we get her in pick and roll, because she creates such an advantage for how big she is. Just trusting her size and skill. She played in the paint more in the second half. But she stayed with it, and she played big down the stretch.
You talked about intelligent aggression on the defensive end. How did that factor in for Satu and Sammy playing in foul trouble down the stretch?
Yeah, I mean, we wanted them to keep playing. I think sometimes coaches get nervous. Obviously, I was nervous too. I didn't want them to foul out, but you want to trust them. I think that's the beauty of 6 fouls. You let them continue to play. And they did, and they were smart with it, and we needed them out there. Just because, obviously, you know, Sammy's experience and Satu's size and skill, she made some huge plays down the stretch.
How hard is it to get in the rhythm of the game when it starts in the way it does and has to restart, has all those timing
Yeah.
violations and things like that? And then obviously the foul count was kind of lopsided there for a while. It did correct itself kind of at the end, but
Yeah.
how hard is it for you as coaches and then obviously players as well to get in the rhythm?
Yeah, I mean, that was an interesting start. I don't know if I've ever been a part of that. I guess the rule is we went to the wrong basket, but if it happens, if they recognize it before the first 24 seconds, that the rule is that they re-jump. So I learned something new tonight. Maybe you guys did too. That was kind of crazy, we actually got a stop, which was awesome. But yeah, and then the fouls, we did. It got even at the end. Good veteran officials evened it out, because I didn't think that it was, the balance of the free throws weren't great. But, we probably didn't do a very good job of going to the rim either in the first half. So our aggressiveness helped us, and we were rewarded down the stretch.
One more. Hey, Coach, can you talk to me about the wild shot Sammy Whitcomb has put up in the fourth quarter, and did it give the Mercury the momentum to ultimately win the game?
Yeah, I mean, that was a big shot. I think Sammy's still searching for a shot. She was 2 for 6 tonight. I thought she had some really good looks, but she continued to play and got downhill and got to the rim. So, yeah, I think that was a big part of us coming back. But also, I brought it up some, but not enough, just our fans and the belief, right? We got down, I believe, 8 with 3 or 3.5 minutes to go, and the X Factor they kept believing, and they kept supporting us and kept getting louder and louder and louder. And our players and staff just absolutely love what they do for us each and every night, and they were a big part of it again tonight.
Sorry, one more.
I saw Kalia really get fired up a couple of those timeouts, and I know obviously her and Alyssa have been communicative on the bench. What's it been like when you can sometimes just let them kind of do their thing too as leaders?
Yeah, I mean, this is a new group. This is you know, I think we understand like the pecking order. We've got all the young rookies that are here and playing well, and then you've got some veterans that aren't afraid to speak their mind when they see stuff, which is awesome. And to me, you're seeing Kalia and AT speak up more because they see that we have a chance to be a pretty good, you know, it's always easier to speak up and have that force when you know that you've got a group that can still go get it even without you. And so, yeah, I mean, I want them to speak, I want them to lead, and they've done a great job of that, even being out, because it's hard when you're out and you're not with the group, but they've got that ultimate respect from the rest of us.
Thanks, Nate.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.